You know, when you think of sort of London, you do kind of think, like a lot of cities, I don't know about you, but I think instantly when I think of New York of yellow cabs. Yes, Radio City Music Hall. When you think of Bali, you think of like, oh, wonderful sands, sea, Hawaiian guitars, that sort of stuff. Am I right? Every area in the world has wonderful sort of associations because when they put it up on big films on a screen, we instantly know, don't we, where they are. Whether it's beautiful Irish dancing or Scottish hogmanay or Robert, but everybody just knows everything. And this was the reason why I wanted to share this particular story with you. You see, I found this really fascinating because I'd stumbled across a wonderful TV series called Gideon's Way. And it was great. And the reason why I liked it, and I thought, I think the chums will like this, is simply because it featured London when they filmed this in this sort of early 60s, 64, 65. And I was sort of more enraptured by, oh, I know, oh, that's not there anymore. Oh, look, that bridge still looks the same, you know, that sort of stuff. And when they sort of went into Scotland Yard, you can still go down that way now, but it's all barriered up. And I thought, how different the world seems, you know. It's the same, but it's all moved on. Now, Gideon's Way was a very successful TV series for that wonderful actor, John Gregson. And in it, his son was played by this wonderful young boy at the time, Giles Watling, right? Now, Giles Watling, if you don't know, was recently, well, until recently, the MP for Clacton in Essex, very successfully. So this really led me on to this movie that I wanted to share with you today, because Gideon's Way was really started with Gideon's Day, starring another wonderful British actor, all British actor in fact, Jack Hawkins. Now Jack Hawkins was, you know, the war hero, everything. And what I found fascinating reading into this movie was that while it was very successful at the box office, Jack Hawkins has had enough of playing sort of good, sturdy, stiff upper lip type guys. He wanted to play baddies. But of course you get typecast in a role, and this particular Scotland Yard detective, put together from the books of John Creasley, was very successful, but Jack didn't want to replicate this into a series, hence the reason the TV series started a few years later. The reason why I think you'll enjoy this 1958 wonderful movie is, not only is it literally in vibrant colour, which shows you the London that really is the chocolate box London that we would all love to return to, now more so than ever in this particular climate. Then of course, red phone boxes, black cabs, the Royal College of Music, and when you look also, girls, at the fashions, you can see really how nothing's truly new. It comes back and around and all of that sort of stuff. The same really, blokes, with the ties and the shirts and the suits. You know, suddenly double-breasted suits are back in, flares are back in, all of that sort of stuff. Everything comes a full circle. But the moment in time captured on these wonderful British movies can never be replicated again. And when you think of the likes of Jack, you know, Hawkins, with, as I say, a wonderful cast, you know, you kind of think, wow. Now, I mentioned, didn't I, Giles Watling at the start of the video being in the TV series. Well, his father also, Jack Watling, was also playing the vicar in the original film. I think that must have given, of course, the casting director something of an idea. Now, I think you'll enjoy this wonderful movie on a chilly day here in the United Kingdom. Something to look back with glorious sunshine, wonderful fashions, and a time of gone by when England truly was England. Plus, of course, a great story too. So without further ado, let's raise the curtain to Gideon's Day, starring the brilliant Jack Hawkins. And as ever, please like, share, and comment respectfully. Now, where's the popcorn? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.
My name is George Gideon. I'm a chief inspector in the Commissioner's office, popularly known as Scotland Yard. An average day in my life usually begins at 7 o'clock in the morning when the milkman knocks at the door.
George, it's 7:15.
I know, I'm late. Look, have my breakfast ready, will you, darling? I'll just have a boiled egg. Hey, come out of there! That's my bar!
You can have yours tonight, Hope. This is the day of my concert, remember?
But I don't want it. Oh, not a very unusual beginning to any Gideon's day. Morning, dear.
Good morning, darling.
I've seen you two before.
Daddy, you haven't said good morning to Tiny Tim.
Good morning, diminutive Timothy.
Daddy, I'm a keeper at the zoo, and you're a sea lion.
Ow! Thank you.
Oh, George, while I think of it, could you call in at Simmons's today and get some salmon? Enough for 4 people.
Salmon? Who's coming?
George. Uncle Dick and Aunt May, of course. You haven't forgotten we're all going to Sally's concert tonight.
Why, on these special occasions, we have to be saddled with your 2 family misfortunes I'll never understand.
George!
They'd
be dreadfully hurt if we didn't ask them.
All right, dear. I'll join you if I can.
Well, do try hard, won't you, dear? For Sally's sake. It was bad enough when you had to miss their school play.
Silly old burglar.
Housebreaker.
Housebreakers in the daytime, burglars at night.
Good, he's learning.
Oh, for heaven's sake, don't encourage the child. 1 policeman in the family's enough. See what I mean? I'll get it, Mama. Hello?
Oh, I'll get him.
Father, for you.
The day thou gavest, Lord, is started. Gideon here. Yeah? Beat it. Hello, Birdie. What have you got for me? Yeah? Uh-huh. Kirby? Are you sure of that?
You know me, there's only one kind of lark I ever squeal on. And when it comes to that, I don't make no mistakes.
Yeah, he's the bloke. I say, Gav, I could do with a bit of ready.
Well, I could be outside Aldwych Station at 5:30.
All right, I'll fix it.
Oh, you will? I'll talk, Gav. I'll do that.
Right.
Anything wrong, Dad?
Get the car out, Sally. Hurry up, you kids, I'm off.
Daddy, you said you made my space.
Yeah, all right,
back.
another time, get along.
Aren't you going to finish your breakfast?
Oh, what about those concert tickets? I'd better take mine in case I have to go straight there.
I told Sally to hold on to yours just in case. All right, you two, off you go into the car. You won't forget the salmon, will you, George?
What?
The salmon, dear.
Oh, no.
And do try to be home early.
Kate, I wish you'd get rid of the idea that I'm some sort of eager beaver who goes around looking for jobs. Believe it or not, there's nothing I like less than working overtime.
I'm sorry, dear.
So am I. Bye.
Bye, darling.
Sally? All right.
Oh, Dad, let me drive.
No. I'm in a hurry.
We all have to suffer just
Sit
when
down.
something's gone wrong.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
evidence against you, sir.
It's all right. There was nothing coming.
That doesn't alter the fact that you committed an offense. May I see your license, please? This isn't a driving license, sir.
You know what it is?
Certainly, sir. It's a warrant card. You're Chief Inspector Gideon, of the flying squad, I believe.
So?
May I please see your driving license?
You're not presuming to blister my father?
The law, Miss Gideon, it is Miss Gideon, allows no distinction between high-ranking police officers and other members of the public.
The law allow me to call you a pompous puppy?
Now, be quiet, Sally. This child. Officer is just doing his duty, and even if it is an obvious waste of busy people's time.
I'm afraid I shall have to report you for a summons, sir.
No comment. See you tonight, Sally. Good luck.
Bye, Dad. Oh, Dad, wait! Constable? See this gets without fail to Chief Inspector Gideon at Scotland Yard.
But it's Strauss. Don Juan, of course.
Why, of course.
Has to be. Who plays the violin solo?
I do.
Excuse me, but... are members of the public admitted?
The college allows no distinction between them and low-ranking police officers.
This is Scotland Yard. And I bet, as usual, I can't find a place to park my car.
Yes?
The old man's on his way up and he's fuming.
I knew it. I knew it. Woke up with an ache in my big toe. Sure sign of trouble ahead. Bless you, sweetie. Old man's turned up in a tizzy. You have been warned.
Get the cops, he says. Oh, sit down. The war's over. It's bad enough to have to face that ridiculous moustache every morning. What are you grinning at? Stuffing those kids of 15, 16 and you pick... Get me Kirby. I want
Kirby,
to at once.
Kirby. Detective Sergeant Kirby. GG. Pronto.
Kirby?
Praise the Lord, from whom all blessings flow.
It couldn't happen to a better louse.
May I?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. No, all right, put it down there.
You sent for me, sir?
Yes, I sent for you, Kirby, to tell you a thing or two. I sent for you to tell you you're a living disgrace to the Criminal Investigation Department and the Metropolitan Police generally. I've had 25 years in the force, and I've met some fools and a few knaves, and here and there an occasional rat. You are one of the rats, one of the worst I've come across. I'd like to see you exterminated. You're a renegade and a traitor, and if you were in the army, you'd be shot, and I'd be pleased to pull the trigger.
Who the devil do you think you're talking to?
At the moment, to Detective Sergeant Eric Kirby, CID, but you won't call yourself that for long.
Chief Inspector, may I ask you what you're accusing me of?
If you want it in simple terms, I'm accusing you of accepting bribes and so deliberately failing to carry out your duty.
Now, look
It's
here.
no use your denying it. I know who's been paying you, and I know why. Do you want to know how I know? Because an honest crook told me. A crook who doesn't blink at cracking a safe or doing a smash and grab. But when it comes to selling dope to kids...
He's lying. There was no dope.
All right. You didn't know they were selling reefers at Lucas. You thought it was just a question of selling drinks after hours. How much better policeman are you for that? You had a job to do, and if you'd kept your eyes open, you'd have seen what was going on. Even I'd like to believe that you didn't know about the dope.
Well, of course I didn't. I didn't know about the selling drink after hours, either.
Kirby, you haven't even got the sense not to lie about it. I suppose you've got to lie because you think it's the only way you hope to save yourself. And Lukey will lie, too. Not that it'll do him any more good than it'll do you. We'll have him inside tonight, so if he hasn't yet paid you up to date, you...
Lucas never paid me a penny. You said somebody just put the squeak on me. I want to know who it was. One makes plenty of enemies in this kind of job. I know the kind who squeal about a thing like that. I know the kind who squeal to you, too. Old lags, scum who should be on the inside and would be if you did your job properly. But oh, no. You let them stay out to put the squeal on others. Think I don't know? Think I don't know that the name of Gideon stinks in the West End? I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean that. It's been a bit of a shock. I withdraw that remark, sir. But I give you my word, I've never once taken a bribe from Lukey. Or from anyone else. You've been misinformed, sir. I swear it.
Kirby, I don't rely on one single informant. It may interest you to know that I've had you watched.
You've had me watched?
And this information only confirms what I've suspected for several weeks. I know enough now to suspend you from duty as from this moment. And I've no doubt when I've seen the chief, a charge will follow.
You can't prove what isn't true. You can't prove what isn't true.
I've wasted enough time with you. Now get out. Kirby, what made you do it?
I didn't do it. You've been wasting your time, all right. And you better watch your step, Gideon, or I'll get you for defamation of character.
Well, the two sharpest pairs of ears in London would have missed a word. You surprised?
Not altogether. I never thought he'd sink to that.
What about you, Golly?
I never did trust a man who wears that kind of a waistcoat, sir.
But didn't anything he say strike either of you as significant? I never took a bribe from Lukey or anyone else. That anyone else was phony.
But if you take a bribe from one, why not a few others?
Exactly, and we know he took it from Lukey. Though if the others don't involve Duke, I don't think we shall get anything more out of Birdie.
These stories about Birdie's daughter, sir. Is there any truth in them?
Yeah. Pro at 16. Dopey 2 years later. They buried her before she was 20. That makes Birdie the most valuable contact we've got when it comes to dope peddling. You'd better pull in Lukey right away. I can't afford to have Birdie carved up.
Get G Division on the blow-up.
G Division.
Oh, here are the new inquiries, sir.
Anything important? I haven't had a chance to go through them yet.
Nothing very disturbing. A smash
Why
and
do
grab
they
in
always have
Bond
to
Street.
serve cold tea?
I don't know, sir. Another prisoner hooked it from Dartmoor?
Oh, anyone we know?
No. Oh, and a bloke found shot in the Palace Hotel. Did it himself.
Oh, well, that was very tidy of him.
Yes, mostly chicken feed.
G Division on the line.
Harry? Frank Liggett.
Any more pay snatches?
No, sir.
Oh, thank heaven for small mercies.
Bit on the early side, sir.
Yes, but it is Friday. A few more jobs like that, and the papers are... What is the press like this morning?
Most malignant, I thought, sir.
Oh, am I supposed to be surprised at that?
Thanks, Harry. Be seeing you. I've sent your warning out again, sir, to all the banks.
Yes, but some silly Burke will still send a small boy on a bicycle to catch a bag full of fibers. Answer it.
Chief Inspector Gideon's office. Yes? Well, that place near Manchester? Yes, I've got it. Girl of 18.
Well, the usual?
Nasty one. Yes, well, there's not much to go on there. Right, keep us posted. Girl of 18 found murdered just outside Manchester. There's a chap they got in mind as a possible. His description is very vague. Not much use to us. They say he's headed for London.
Well, let's hope he gets here. I think I'll have another chat with Birdie Sparrow. I might get a few more peeps out of him.
You know Birdie's got a job now, sir.
Oh, yes, of course he told me. Have you any idea where?
St. Ethelberg's, in the marshes.
But that's a church. Are you kidding?
It's true, sir. He's got a job as a caretaker. He gave you as his reference.
The saucy...
The vicar rang us up, sir.
Well, didn't you recommended him?
But certainly, sir. The vicar was most anxious to have someone who really needed reforming.
He got him.
Morning, Mr. Small.
Oh, good morning, Miss Courtney.
Mr. Small, you've got a dirty mark on your chin.
What?
And your clothes. Good gracious.
I fell
what
down.
have you been doing? Here, let me do this. Hold it. Thank you. Lick.
What?
Lick. There. Falling down at your age.
I was tripped, Miss Courtney. May as well admit it. I'm a failure.
Hopeless, miserable failure. There's just nothing I can do with them.
It's those boys again.
I suppose I'm just not cut out for the job, that's all. Just a patronizing, blundering, well-meaning idiot.
Oh, but you're
If I was
not.
one of them, I'd probably do exactly the same. I'd laugh as well as the next man.
Well, if
How can I hope to gain their respect when I'm just a figure of fun?
They only knew what I know about you.
You know how I feel about that, Miss Courtney.
Mr. Small, you've got to meet them on their own ground. Brought up in this neighborhood, they're most of them little savages. But you let them once know that their club leader once fought in the commandos, did all the
No, Miss
dreadful
Courtney,
things.
no. You'll never shake my stand on that. If you'd seen what I have, you'd know that war is far too horrible ever to, well, to be used as a means of winning cheap popularity.
But Mr. Small,
No, please,
it's
please,
not
Miss Courtney. It was because of the war that I took holy orders. And I'm not going back on those ghastly years to try and cut a glamorous figure now. I'd sooner remain what I am, a figure of fun. Sissy Small.
Coppers, come on, cheat it.
Good morning, Bill.
Oh, you wanting me, officer?
No. I came for a word with
Birdie?
Mr. Sparrow. Oh, there he is.
Oh, well, I do hope there's nothing wrong.
Oh,
is there?
no. You've got a very good man in Birdie Sparrow.
Oh, yes, indeed, officer. Oh, Mr.
Gideon.
Gideon, Miss Courtney.
How do you
Good
do?
morning.
It's very nice to see you.
Yeah, well, you'll excuse
Oh,
us,
sure,
officer.
yes. I'll be a couple of minutes.
Good man, eh? Don't let anyone know a copper ever call me that.
Oh, you're all right, Birdie. Just a little bit bent. That's all. I'll move over.
Yeah, all right, come on, sit down.
That's very kind of you.
Yeah, what? Here. I hope you know where you are. This is a church.
Oh, fair. It's the company I'm in.
Oh. Well, yeah, what you come here for?
Have a few words with you. Yeah. A few more than we had on the telephone.
Ah, well, I ain't got nothing to add to that.
You sure I can't persuade you to wag that wicked old tongue?
You're only wasting your time.
Well, that's nothing new for me.
Another case of flogging dope. And I tell you, dope, yes, but I don't squeal about nothing else. Captain, you know that.
Oh, yes, I know that, Birdie, but supposing there's somebody who doesn't. I'd lay odds that Lukey wasn't the only one to bribe Kirby. Supposing the boys with the razors heard that you'd started singing.
Yeah, well, look, I can look after myself.
They all stay there.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Are you a friend of Herbert's?
That's me.
Yes, I know.
Are you fond of Gothic architecture?
Yes, very, but I'm afraid I haven't time at the moment to look.
Lovely, isn't
Oh,
it?
yes, absolutely delightful.
You'll find me in the vestry if you want me, Herbert.
Oh, yes, and Vicar, I...
Now, Herbert, give.
Sir!
No.
What is it, Duke?
Pay snatch, sir.
Where?
Holborn.
Watch yourself, Birdie. Pay snatches are one of our biggest headaches. This time, the boys really had a nerve. A pay snatch in the heart of London.
Oh, good morning, sir.
Oh, good morning. Who are you,
Acme car, sir. Charlie Judd's brother. You know, the one who usually drives for you? Yeah, well, bit of bad luck, Charlie had. Had a smash-up on his way here.
What smash? Is he hurt?
Oh, no, nothing serious. Not with Charlie, really, except the car's a bit bent, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But he phoned me at the garage and asked me to bring another one.
Yes, I see. You've got the card.
Card? Oh, yes, I would carry a card, sir. There you are. The name's on there.
Oh, yes, I see. Thank you very much.
Oh, no, sir, not in the front, sir. You go in the back seat.
Oh, thank you.
That's right, my lord. Right in the back.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, what's the trouble here?
Why can't you go around the other one?
Well, I can't get around the other way.
Driver!
All right.
Driver!
Well, just my luck, Governor. Bloke up front's gone and broken down. I'm afraid we'll have to back up. Do you mind?
What are you doing in here? This is a private car. By the time that I arrived on the scene, the local boys had done their stuff. Photographs, fingerprints, and the usual routine.
Oh, George.
Well, have a break, Break? About 50,000 in the street, I think.
Well, now think, what kind of a car was it?
It was a green car, I think. It might have been blue. I don't know what make it was.
And the driver, sir, the chap in this other car, did you get a look at him?
I don't think I really noticed him, no.
Take it
I
easy.
can't remember also.
How you been, Gil? Whoa, all right, you know.
How's Lucy?
Oh, she's fine when it comes to the old knick-knack.
Got a bit of luck here.
Yeah.
Well, Sally's got a concert tonight. I hope I'm going to make it. It beats me how he fell for it. I mean, a perfectly strange person turns up to bring him from the bank. I mean, didn't he suspect anything?
Well, chummy type. He had the right bona fides. It wasn't until he turned down here that Walker felt there was something fishy about it.
Fish? Oh, that's reminded me. I've got an errand to do. I'll be seeing you, Gil. Duke!
Still not back? Out having his blasted haircut, I suppose. No, sir. We've just had another pay snatch.
I know we've just another pay snatch. But want somebody to remember to tell me for a change. Oh, there you are.
Sorry, I've had a bit of a morning.
What the devil have you got there?
Salmon.
Stinks.
Well, he said it was fresh.
I don't know how you can afford things like it on police pay. Who's been bribing you?
What on earth have you got here?
Brother. Labrador. Shot it, you know.
Have you got a match? You heard about Kay?
Yes, nasty business.
I'm hopping mad. It's the first time it's happened in my department.
Well, newspapers will make a nasty smell about it. We've had a bad press lately, George.
You know he lives at Westwood Court.
Does he? Fresh salmon address.
I think I'll go and take a look-see. Unless he's married to a wealthy wife, it'll take a bit of explaining.
Hey, come.
Oh, sorry. What are you going to do with it?
Hang it.
Where?
There. Now, come on, you chaps. Get this thing organized. Right, I take the strain. That's right.
Oh, Mrs. Kirby?
Oh, yes?
I'm Chief Inspector Gideon.
Oh.
I expect your husband's mentioned.
Yes, of course, do come in. Has something happened to Eric?
Oh, no. He's quite well. As a matter of fact, I rather expected to find him here.
I don't understand. He went off to work as usual this morning.
Oh, yes, I've seen him. Mrs. Kirby, you asked if anything had happened to your husband. I'm afraid it has. He's in serious trouble. He's been suspended from duty for accepting bribes.
I don't believe it.
I'm afraid there isn't any doubt. I only wish that I hadn't got to break it to you.
Where is Eric? What does he say?
Oh, he denies it, of course. He hasn't been charged yet.
Oh, then you're not certain?
I am quite certain. But there is a way that you might possibly be able to help him.
Oh.
If you can explain certain things.
What sort of things?
Well, this flat, for instance. I mean, I know very little about furniture, but I can recognize expensive stuff when I see it. And I also know the rents they charge here in Westwood Court. Rather more than a detective sergeant could earn in a year.
Yes, well, this flat is mine and all the things in it. I have means of my own.
Quite considerable means.
Yes, quite considerable means. Not that it's any business of yours.
Oh, no, of course not. But I'm very glad indeed to hear it, sir. You must understand, Mrs. Kirby, the last thing I want is to see a member of my department standing in the dock of the Old Bailey. So the less circumstantial evidence they can produce against your husband, the better pleased I shall be. You can show proof, of course, that you have all this money.
Well, we haven't much left now. We've spent it nearly all.
Yes, but I mean, you can prove you had it. I mean, your bank statements would show that.
What?
Yes, I'm afraid you haven't been telling me the truth, Mrs. Kirby. Oh, no, I don't blame you. Believe me, I should expect my wife to try to talk me out of a mess like this.
Is there any reason why Eric shouldn't have private means, just because he chose to be a policeman?
Not at all. But why not say so at once?
Eric's been betting, Mr. Gideon. I didn't want to tell you because I thought it might be against the rules in his job.
Oh.
And he's been winning, too. He's had a lot of luck. Quite big sums.
Always in cash, of course.
Yes, at the dog race tracks. He went one night to the White City with only a few pounds, and he came back with about 300.
Really?
Yes. Eric's a gambler, Mr. Gideon. He's been playing it up. There are some men he met with, and he's been getting information from them. Why, I know they're not the sort of people a policeman really ought to be friendly with, but there's nothing criminal about it.
Always at the White City?
No, he also went to Wembley, I think it was. Oh, and some other tracks, Stamford Bridge. He won over £100 there just the other night.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Kirby, it won't do. You see, every night for the past 4 weeks, I've had your husband watched, and not once in that time has he been anywhere near a dog race track.
But he swore to me.
That he's been lying. I'm sure that neither of us can believe that he won those sums of money at places like Sardonis, the Capricorn Club, the
What are you
Silver
talking
Ship.
about?
Those are the sort of tracks he's been visiting. Expensive restaurants and nightclubs in the West End. And, I'm sorry to say, usually accompanied by a woman.
Get out of here!
You weren't that woman?
Get out!
Now, look, Mrs. Kirby, look, for your husband's sake, if there was another woman, you must tell me.
Get out of
Can't
here,
you
I
see that
said.
she may be tied up with him in these charges? And
I don't need to listen to you. Get out with all your filthy lies and tricks. You framed him. I can see it all now. I suppose he's managed to get something on you. Is that it? You always did say you were a dirty twister.
Mrs. Kirby, I've got some bad news for you, the worst.
He's dead.
Yeah.
He killed himself, is all you're doing.
No, he was run down by a car 20 minutes ago. It was all over quickly, I'm glad to say. Is there something I can do? Somebody I could telephone?
Just leave me alone, please.
It's useless to say I'm sorry, but I do mean it.
Oh, no.
You saw Mrs. Kirby, sir?
No.
Rugged.
Yeah, it was.
Well, they found a girl who saw Kirby run down, sir. A typist looking out of her office window.
Did she hear any brakes being jammed on?
Well, they didn't say. They're bringing her here.
Well, that's the first thing to find out when she gets here.
Well, no sound of brakes could mean deliberate.
Yep, murder.
Managed to think they know who bumped off that girl up there, sir. Chap who's done a bunk from a mental home. He's a Londoner, name of Arthur Sayre. Beg your pardon, sir. May I suggest that I take that jacket and have it cleansed? Thank you, sir.
No, not today. Why, it's Arthur Sayre. Goodness gracious, after all this time. What in the world have you sprung from? Come in. Come on, Arthur. Where in the world have you sprung from?
Manchester. I've been working up north these past 5 years.
5 years, is it? How time flies. Oh, this is Dolly. Dolly, it's Uncle Arthur. You remember Uncle Arthur? He had our front room.
Oh, yes, I remember Uncle Arthur. I'm going to wash my hair now, Mum.
Hurry up, love, and do it. Come on and have a cup of tea with us. Come and sit down, love.
You don't look a day older, Rosie.
You look as if you've been up all night.
I've been travelling. I've got one of my awful headaches.
What you want's a nice cup of tea and a couple of aspirins. I was just popping out to the stores for a cauliflower. You remember how Parcel Jim is to cauliflowers?
How is Jim?
Oh, he's fine, a bit older, like all of us. Only 2 more years and he gets his pension.
Rosie, I've been to hospital.
Oh.
I've only just come out.
Well, you make yourself comfortable. Have that nice cup of tea and a couple of aspirins and I won't be a jiffy. Hurry, Dolly. I'll be back in a bit.
In a matter of seconds, a general call was put out all over London.
That all? Right.
You heard that,
Yes, sir. Pretty
I
loathsome
don't get it.
shot.
An ordinary, straightforward murder, I can understand. But kids, when you've got kids of your own the same age, give me a match, will you?
Well, at any rate, he won't get far.
We hope. Where's Frank?
Over in the waiting room with the young secretary who saw Kirby run down.
Well, she's here. I'd better butt in on that.
A man came in here carrying a parcel.
That's right. He's in the 1 and 10s. Why, what's he done?
You Arthur Sayer?
Yes, I'm Arthur Sayer. Arthur Alexander Sayer. I couldn't help it. I didn't want to do it. I couldn't help it. I didn't want to do it. It's my... Dr. Jennings up in Manchester. He can tell them when I get one of my headaches.
Come on, dry yourself.
I want to go back to hospital.
All right, come on now.
I'm Arthur Sayer.
Yes,
Arthur Alexander
yes.
Sayer. Dr. Jennings, he can tell them. If you ask Dr. Jennings, he can tell you that I know.
Come again. He's got him. And it is definitely Sayer. Arthur Sayer. Well, that's a relief. What is this bright young officer's name? Farnaby-Green. Well, you better send him along. He can write his report here. Right. Yes, I'll go along and see the mother myself. Right. Well, I suppose this is what we're paid for. Mrs. Saparelli. I just wanted to tell you that we've caught him.
Have you?
Yes, we made certain of that. If there's anything I can do, your husband...
No. You've been very good. All of you police are. Jim's on his way. Very good. There's nothing anyone can do now. Nothing anyone can do.
That was that. We had to pass my home on the way back to the yard, so I decided to call on Kate for some lunch. Kate, dear.
Well, crime must be in a bad way.
On the contrary, crime is flourishing, so much so that we haven't had time for lunch yet.
I'll get the box.
All right, I'll fix it. Get the beer, Patty.
George, where's my salmon? Oh, don't tell me you
You
forgot.
don't mean to say you forgot the salmon?
Salmon? Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kate. I didn't know we had the pleasure.
You let it take his own medicine, Duke. Oh, George, it's too bad of you, dear. I wanted to cook
It's
that
at
fish
the
this
office, but I
afternoon.
doubt very much whether I'll get back in time now. You forget that confounded bowl and think of the salmon. Yes, golly, speaking. Today? But they assured me it wouldn't be before Monday at the earliest. All right. They brought forward the Cunningham case. I've got to go and give my evidence at Old Bailey this afternoon.
Oh, George.
Come on, drink up, boys. We'll have to eat this lot in the car. Duke, I want to call at the yard on the way.
Thank you, Kate. Thanks for the beer.
Right,
Kate,
goodbye.
dear, it'll
Goodbye.
take a miracle to get me home by 7 now. We'd better meet at the concert.
Have you got your ticket?
Ticket?
For the concert, dear.
Oh, Sally forgot to... This is one of those days, all right.
Well, never mind. She can leave it at the door.
Sorry about the salmon.
It's all right. I'll manage.
Hello, sir. The chief's been after you again.
Yeah, I know. I ducked him in the passage. I've got to be at the Old Bailey in 10 minutes. What's new?
Photographic sent this down. It's a tire print, the car they used in the pay snatch.
Oh, what a pretty picture.
The clever boys say it's a Michelin 550 by 16.
Yes, and only 20,000 other motorists using it. What's this, Kirby stuff?
Yes, nothing, sir.
Well, I suppose I better go and pacify the...
Oh, and PC Farnaby Green here to report, sir.
Farnaby? Oh, the Sayers, yes.
On your feet, lad. Chief Inspector Gideon.
Come on. Sorry, sir, you wanted me?
At last. Had a good lunch?
I haven't had lunch yet.
Then what the devil have you been doing?
I can't remember. Look, sir, I'm due in court in 5 minutes.
Leaving one pay snatch totally uncracked, one hit-and-run killing enshrouded in mystery.
And one highly dangerous sex murder in the can.
After you've been handed to you on a silver platter. Fine day, George.
Yes, unfortunately, it's not yet over. Look, sir, I've got that young copper outside who spotted Sarah. I thought perhaps a pat on the back from you.
All right.
But don't overdo it, though. He had the gall to blister me this morning.
One of them gave me a summons the other day. Faulty parking, says he.
Come on in. PC Farnaby Green, sir.
You?
Well, not the same.
The very same. 2 minutes after I'd left my blasted car.
I must admit, sir, it was obstructing the traffic.
I'll admit nothing of the kind. I'm saving my arguments for that blasted beak, Sir Cecil Burtonshaw.
You're not up in front of him.
The old tyrant himself. And the devil of it is, he was my fag at school.
Excuse me, sir.
Huh?
I think you may find Sir Cecil in a sympathetic frame of mind.
My poor boy, nobody gets sympathy in his court.
The only thing is, sir, he had a summons himself this morning.
Old Burtonshaw?
Oh, from you?
Yes, sir.
What for?
Permitting his dog to foul the footway.
It would seem this young man's quite a lion hunter.
I think we must see that he's not put on a beat near Buckingham Palace.
Anyway, you did a very fine morning's work today. Well done, Farnaby Green. Keep it up. Congratulations.
Thank you,
All
sir.
right. Well, you better pop along and commit your piece of perjury, and I'll be here if you... Hello, yes. Yes, he is. Just a moment.
Hello? Yes, Henry. No, I can't possibly come over the moment. I'm due in court. You sure? I'll be right up. I'll see you later.
Sir.
Nice work. Well done.
Sir.
What is it?
Right here. I've got a couple of color prints made.
Well, I've seen this before.
Yes, but not in all these nice, pretty colors. Concentrate on those markings. Now compare them with the tar mark just to the right of poor Kirby's neck.
Henry, you're right.
If that wasn't made by the same tar, I'll eat my hat.
This ties up Kirby with the pay snatch boys. You can't tell me it was a coincidence they ran him down.
Find that tar and you can notch up another murderer.
Yes, look, tell all this to Liggett, will you? Put the old man out of his misery.
Just a minute, George, before you go.
Thank you at the old pig.
Chief Inspector George Gideon.
Chief Inspector George Gideon. Inspector George Gideon. Chief Inspector George Gideon. Chief Inspector Gideon. Inspector Gideon.
Chief Inspector Gideon, there's no excuse for any witness to be late in court. Least of all a police witness.
I'm very sorry,
I said there's no excuse. Not going to lend my ears to any attempt of yours to fabricate one. I'm assured you had plenty of notice the time you were required here. I'm now going to express my profound disapproval of your dilatory conduct.
If it please your lordship, I should like to place on record my own deep regret.
Take the book in the right hand and read.
I swear by Almighty God, the evidence I shall give the court shall be the truth and the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God. George Gideon, Chief Inspector, Commissioner's Office. Exhibit 5.
Were you present, Chief Inspector, at Cannon Row Police Station on the 24th of June last, when the prisoner made that statement you now hold? And did he make that statement voluntarily, of his own free will, and without duress?
Yes?
No questions, my lord.
That was all they wanted me for. Of course, now and then we have a break of luck. This was one of those occasions.
Mrs. Kirby, sir.
Oh. Mr. Gideon's out at the moment. I'm his assistant. My name's Liggett.
Eric, I've heard Eric talk of him. Mr. Liggett, was my husband murdered?
Please sit down. What makes you think he might have been?
To get run down by a car just after... You may as well know it now. Eric's been mixing lately with some very shady characters. I don't know who they were, he wouldn't say. He insisted it was all part of his job. But I could tell he was frightened.
You didn't tell Mr. Gideon this?
No. Well, it doesn't matter now, admitting I lied. I've been very worried lately about the company Eric was keeping. Let's face it, I'm 2 or 3 years older than Eric, and there was another woman.
Milk and sugar.
I'd like Mr. Gideon to hear this. He should be back at any moment now. Is it possible for you to wait for him?
I'll do anything you wish.
I'll be back in a moment. She's here.
No, so I see. What goes?
She admits she tried to lead you up the garden path. Kirby was in with some right villains who scared the pants off him. She doesn't know who they were, but she thinks they bumped him off.
So do I. What else?
He was cheating on her, all right.
Oh, golly, I want the Duke up here.
Right, sir.
This all you found in Kirby's pockets? Nothing here.
Odds and bits.
Mabel, the Duke. Right away.
If you were cheating your wife, either of you... Are you blushing, Frank?
Certainly not.
Oh, yes, you are. I know, isn't he, golly?
Like a beetroot, sir?
Yeah, well, I won't make it personal, but if one was cheating one's wife, where would one keep, say, letters from the other lady, no?
You know my wife, sir? Nowhere short of the Bank of England.
I was fishing for practical suggestions, you...
I suggest, Scotland Yard, sir.
Scotland. His locker. Golly, remind me to get you promotion sometime. Then you can kick me in the pants when I have one of these blind spots and get my home.
Sir?
Oh, Duke, I've just remembered that money for Birdie's sparrow. And take this downstairs, will you, and draw £25 from the information account.
That was always station
Yeah,
530,
yeah, that's right. And, Duke, slip it to him quietly. Hello, Kate. Well, it's just as I thought. I'll never make it home. No. But, yeah, I guess I know that Uncle Dick and Auntie May will think I've done it on purpose, as usual, but... Oh, wait a minute. The other phone's ringing now.
Inspector Gideon's office?
Gideon here. Yeah? You have? Splendid.
The getaway car?
Yeah. Yes, complete with the tire that made the tracks. Now, listen. When the owner turns up, I want you to pump him dry. I want every single detail how that car was pinched. It's absolutely essential we find out who stole it. Yeah, I'm very grateful, Inspector. Keep in touch. Found abandoned in West Hampstead. What have you got there?
Something else to please you. No letters in Kirby's locker, but I think that might do even better.
Ooh, not bad, eh? Fetch Mrs. Kirby in here. Not bad at all. What do you think, Golly? Look at that. Let's sit down. Oh. Sorry, darling. No, of course I didn't forget. How could I? Yet it was just something important turned up. Yeah. No, look, we won't waste the what? Oh, fish. No. I won't forget it. No, be seeing you.
Mrs. Kirby, sir.
Oh, good afternoon. I want you to look at this photograph. Do you recognize that woman?
Yes.
You can definitely identify that was the person you saw with your husband.
Yes.
Please. We shall need that.
sorry.
Oh, that's all for now, Mrs. Kirby. Thank you.
I'm sorry, my dear.
Thank you.
You will be at the same address if we should want you for any further.
I'll do anything you say. As long as you get that woman who killed Eric.
The copper has to eat occasionally, so I slipped across the road to the local pub for a pork pie and a sausage. Here, at least, I knew I could sit down quietly and think about the day's work over a pint of beer.
Ah, Mr. Gideon! Excuse me, son. Mr. Gideon. Mr. Gideon, you remember me, don't you?
Yes, Mrs. Birdie Sparrow.
That's right.
You want a drink?
Oh, that's very nice of you. I'll have a slug of gin, if you please.
Gin for the lady, please.
Large or small? Large, if you please. And a nice half and half to chase it down, thank you.
It's a long time since I've had the pleasure.
Yes, he told me you were in here. The fellow at the door, you know.
Oh, he did he?
Well, here's mud in your eye. That was a bit mild, wasn't it?
What are you doing in these parts?
Mr. Gideon, they're after him. They're after Birdie. Well, that's Finny for one. And Simo. And you know what that means as well as I do. Carries a razor, he does. Wouldn't mind half a crown for every geezer he sliced up.
I saw Birdie this morning and I warned him, but he said he could look after himself.
I know, Mr. Gideon. Birdie would never go to the police for protection. That's the last thing Birdie would ever do. Mr. Gideon, lock him up. Lock him up for his own protection until it blows up.
All right, I will.
Take to see the poor little bleeder sliced up. You'll do it. God love you, Mr. Gideon. You're the decentest man.
Look.
I always
Get
said you were
yourself
the
wrapped
best
round
man on
that,
the...
will you?
Oh, the nice man. Another slug of gin, if you please.
Thank you.
And another pork six, please, sir.
Thank you.
Okay.
Is the Duke back yet? I want him here at once.
Right. Portraits of the lady in question, sir. I'm afraid they're not quite dry yet. Now, if you don't mind, I think I'll go to
The Capricorn Club. See if the woman's known there.
But, sir, I have a date.
At the Capricorn Club. Good night. Oh, hello, Duke. You see Birdie?
Yes, sir, I gave it to him.
Well, I want him again. For keeps this time. I want you to pop him in the can for the Cheney Walk job.
The Cheney Walk job? You're kidding. Birdie had nothing to do with that.
I know. But I want him in the Hoosgow overnight. Finney and the Razor boys are after him. All right, Duke, get on with it.
Any trouble in finding him? Try St. Ethelberg's in the marsh.
What?
Oh, sorry, sir.
Oh, that's all right. I should have thought of it myself. bucking for my job, eh?
Oh, no, sir.
You're welcome to it. Get my wife, will you? No, on second thoughts, I don't think I dare.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Hey! Mr. Small! Hey, Mr. Small! Yes! Mr. Small! Help me!
What is it, Herbert? What's wrong? What do you want? What are you doing here?
No trouble, Reverend. No trouble at all. Just want to slice an ear off that little squealer there, that's all. What's it, Governor? The razor! The razor! Right, Simo?
Right.
Julian!
Who are you? Flying Squad, Scotland Yard. Well, take your hats off. And get these fellas out of here.
Come on, another razor, boys.
Come on, get them out.
All right, come on.
Come on, up you get. Come along, Grady. You're coming with us. Come along.
Me? What's it called? Look, ammunition. Governor, look,
Come along, Grady.
Look, I've been framed. I ain't done nothing.
What do they want with Herbert?
All right, you kids. Inside. Come on. Come on, get a move on there. Down the stairs. That's it. Come on, Hobby. Oh, it's quite a crowd for Boys' Club tonight, but we're all going to have some cake. Good evening, sir.
Gideon. Yeah, hello, Duke. Good, good. Wait a minute. What did you say? The curate? Just a second. The other phone's ringing. Hello? Yeah, Frank. Yeah. Yeah. Look, hold on a second, will you? I'm busy on the other line. Yeah. No, no. Well, let Bertie go free. Mm-hmm. Oh, no. Bring the other two here. We'll have a nice friendly chat, hmm? Right. Yeah?
I'm at the Capricorn now, sir. They know her here all right. Yes. Her name's Delafield. Mrs. Joanna Delafield. Yes. She lives at 9 Lely Place, Chelsea. Yes, Chelsea.
Good work, good work. Yeah, no, you better come back here. Mm. Yeah, I know you've got a date. Yeah, so have I. I've got mine with my daughter, though. Mm. All right, be seeing you.
Mrs. Delafield?
Yes.
My name is Gideon. Inspector Gideon of Scotland Yard.
Oh, dear. What have I done now? Won't you come in? Mr. Inspector,
Oh, thank you.
would you like a drink? Or is it a case of not on duty men?
Oh, no, not at all. I'd like a whiskey, if that's
All right, sit down, won't you?
Thank you.
But you are on duty?
Yes, I am on duty. Mrs. Delafield, I think you knew a colleague of mine, Detective Sergeant Kirby.
Kirby? Kirby? No, I don't think so. Should I?
Well, perhaps you knew him under another name.
Well, I'm afraid the other one doesn't seem to be here.
Never mind, sir. You've done pretty well.
Hello, Jimmy. Good evening, sir.
Good
Any
evening.
luck?
Yes, sir, a little. Mr. Walker's just recognized a man who rode past the bank on a bicycle and turned down that alley just in front of them.
Who was he?
Andy Simpson, bloke they call Simmer.
Splendid. We've just pulled him in. Mr. Walker, can you recognize that pay envelope?
Oh, yes, this is one of ours. Yes, I wrote that name myself. Miss J. Drew.
Tell me about Miss Drew.
Oh, well, she's only been with us a fortnight. She's a very good girl.
Is she?
Good at her work, I mean. She's a pretty girl.
Is this her?
Yes, that's our Miss Drew.
And only been with you 2 weeks. Did you engage her?
I got her from the agent who sent us
Where's
nearly
the
all
phone?
Just what's there, sir?
Now, look, I want to know from the employment agency any other jobs they've found for Miss J. Drew, now of Clarion Advertising. Because I think probably we'll find some familiar names. As firms who've lost the week's wages. And then I want her previous bosses run to earth and shown the photograph.
Sir. Oh, and, sir, your wife rang up again about the fish. Information room.
Detective Sergeant Hodge reporting. She was employed under the name of Drew. She was a redhead and left to look after a sick aunt in Bournemouth.
Detective Officer McPherson reporting. The photograph was identified as a Miss Drew, a brunette, an efficient typist who had left suddenly to look after a sick uncle in Eastbourne.
Yes, that's her, all right. She was a blonde in those days. I never did think it was natural.
Was she with you long?
No, just a few weeks, but quite long enough for me. The airs she gave herself with her la-di-da voice and her fancy clothes. She even had her own car, if you please.
Did you suspect her at all?
Oh, I suspected her right from the start, but the men couldn't see it, of course. They never do when there's a pretty face involved, though I could never see much in her.
And there was a pay snatch at her place, too, of course.
Yes, while Miss Drew was there.
Oh, that makes what... Oh, bless you, Winder, just what I need. That makes, what, 3 and 5 months?
I say, George, you're not busy at the moment, are you?
Busy? Here? Oh, slip along, Duke. Don't be far away.
Now, you're absolutely sure you're not busy now?
No, I'm just relaxing.
Oh, I see. Well, you see, it's about this confounded speech I've got to make in the Mansion House tonight. I do wish you'd cast an eye open. Oh, sorry. Well, not at all.
Door here, is it?
Thanks, Rod. Well, no, as a matter of fact, it isn't. I need a bit more. I want to tell one or two personal stories. You know how we cracked this or that case with nothing to work on but a bit of torn newspaper.
Or a crumpled up pay envelope.
Yes, that's the idea.
Very good story, too.
I haven't heard this one.
No, it didn't finish yet.
Well, look, don't waste my time. I've only got half an hour.
Well, I haven't made the arrest yet.
Well, then you better get on with it, George, hadn't you?
But what about your speech?
Oh, the blazes, my speech. I can always, ad-lib something.
You do that very well, sir.
Well, thank you very much, George, but nevertheless, it's most important to get a good press.
I'm sure you will do that.
Yes.
You got that warrant ready?
Sir. And your wife calls.
Oh, well...
Good night, sir, and good hunting.
I'm sorry you're working tonight. Oh, excuse me, sir.
Pardon me, sir?
So, with a warrant in my pocket, I set out to arrest Miss Joanna Delafield, aged 26. Brunette, with blonde hair, with red hair, with a sick aunt in Bournemouth, Liverpool, Dulwich, Cardiff, and uncles all over the place. Mrs. Delafield? Colonel Delafield, I have a warrant for your arrest on a charge of conspiring with others to rob and assault James Norman Walker at approximately 10:15 on Friday.
Don't bother with the usual warning, Inspector. It won't be necessary.
Be quiet, Joanna. Joanna, go and open the safe. Get everything out of it. Take a few clothes for yourself if you need, but don't take everything.
Do you imagine that I came here alone to arrest your wife?
You made one big mistake, Inspector. You came into this house alone.
There's a police car outside with 2 men in it. And if you were fool enough to fire that gun...
I don't see why you should speak in the subjunctive. I am going to fire this gun.
Are you?
Yes, and when your 2 men hear the shot, they'll come charging in to break down the door. That'll give us about 2 minutes to get out and away. Well, it's not long, I grant you. In fact, it's a pretty desperate measure. But it still gives us a chance. Especially as you're the only one who knows us on sight, and you'll be lying on the floor there. Quite dead, I'm afraid.
Like Kirby. You realize they'll hang you for this, Delafield?
Oh, yes. Yes, I dare say they will, but it'd be just the same to me if they put me in prison. So when I take a chance, you see, there's only one thing I live for, and that's this, my work, my art, my painting.
You took up the pay snatch racket, huh?
Well, don't you see? I had to have the means to live before I could paint. I didn't want to spend 8 hours a day in some stuffy office.
Do you mind if I smoke?
Oh, go ahead, go ahead. You see, unfortunately, I'm one of those artists who haven't yet managed to emerge. I haven't been taken up, as they say, you know. I don't want to bore you with a recitation of my fate.
Oh, I like the picture of your wife.
Did you like it?
Oh.
It's not bad. It's good. Is it good?
Very good indeed.
Well, don't you see, that's the whole reason. It's for this, that these things that I've got to go on. I must go on painting. That's the only thing that matters a damn in life to me.
It doesn't matter a damn that your wife will hang with you.
Hang.
Yes, that's what you get for killing with firearms.
Is it true?
Here, take this gun and put your finger on the trigger.
Polly,
now,
you're
hold
really
it steady, Joanna. I got to get my coat, because I don't believe a word he tells you.
You don't look very happy behind that gun.
I know how to pull the trigger.
I wonder if you would if I made a sudden dive.
Don't move.
That's what he wants you to do, for you to do the job. But it won't make any difference. If I'm to be killed, and the only way you'll get out of here is by killing me, you'll both go to the gallows.
I'm not listening to you.
That's a pity. Because I can tell you a few things about executions. They're not very dramatic, you know. They're rather an anticlimax after the trial. 3 weeks in jail, and then one morning, the long walk. And it won't be a bit like you imagine. The heroine with her head held high, they'll drag you there half doped and vomiting with terror.
Paul, where are you?
That's the worst thing about hanging. It's so undignified.
Paul!
He can't hear you, now. He's too far away now.
Paul!
There's no use. He's way over the garden fence by this time.
Paul wouldn't leave without me.
He has, you know. And left you holding the baby. The dirty trick. I want Delafield. 6 foot high, fair hair, wearing sports coat, beige trousers, blue pullover, and carrying a briefcase. Right, get up. Golly, I'm sorry. Come on in. I think we may say that we're off duty, to the end of a perfect day.
And if I may say so, sir, a very successful one.
You may say so, you old son of a gun.
Forgive me, sir.
Oh, thank you. Sir. No help. And now, I'm going home.
Okay, sir.
Oh. Bless you.
Right, sir. Oh, just a moment, sir. Your fish.
That blasted fish. If only I'd managed to forget it, I would have been spared this one, the bane of a detective's life. The posh boys, the Mayfair boys, the amateurs who try to pull off the perfect crime. Of course, they'd chosen to crack the Holy of Holies, the St. James's safe deposit. They would.
Good evening, Mr. Fitzhubert. Sorry to keep you waiting, sir. Just having my cup of tea.
Don't let me disturb you, Mason. I just want to pop Mother's jewels back. Give us the keys. I know the way.
You kept me in the sack, sir. Nobody's ever allowed to go to the vaults alone, even a family that I know, like yours.
I know. I was just pulling your leg, that's all, Mason.
How is Lady Fitzy, sir?
Mother's fine. I was with her this evening, seeing Giselle.
What was her name again, sir?
Giselle, the ballet.
Giselle. There's a horse called that, running tomorrow at Newmarket.
No, Mason, don't tempt me. I've packed all that up. I'm still trying to pay off my bookie from Ascot.
Well, now's your chance, sir. It's surprising how often these things do come up, you know. Now, my missus, she gave me a wonderful tip the other day.
I thought you said your missus spent half her life on her knees.
That's just it, sir. She's preaching me another sermon all about all my sins, and there's me sitting there trying to pick a nice winner. There you are, sir. When suddenly I see there's a horse running called Chapelgower. Well, I ask you, if that isn't a gift from heaven.
Won, did it?
A 10 to 1. But then you coming tonight with this other one, Giselle. See if I can find it. Second race at Newmarket, I think it was. Yes, here we are. Giselle. 3 times unplaced. That means there'll be a nice long price. 5 bob on that, and I'll be able to pay off the last installment on my telly. Much better than following form, I always... Mr. Fitzhugh!
Any trouble, Fitz? I told you there wouldn't be any trouble.
What about this chap Mason?
What about him? He won't worry us.
He's dead. Fitz, you shot him. You said there wouldn't be any shooting.
Look, the man knew me, didn't he? I had to kill him. Here, take these. Snap out of it,
We'll swing for this.
They'll have to catch us first, won't they?
Ring the bell. me ring it. You don't know how to ring it.
Ridiculous nonsense, isn't
I
it?
didn't. This place is shut.
More peculiar
I
at sea.
don't think you mean anything criminal. What are you going to do?
Cameron, please.
999.
Yes, hurry up. It's urgent now. How'd the speech go?
Oh, very well indeed. I gave you a mention to it.
Oh, you shouldn't have bothered to do that.
Slam the damn door in me face.
Hello, Jock. Yeah, the St. James's safe deposit. I don't like the sound of it at all. I think we ought to put a cordon round it. Yeah, right away. Right. Well, now that's taken care of, sir, I think perhaps I'll push on home.
Home, George? What on earth are you talking about? This is most important. You must take care of yourself.
Constable, where am I to put my things tonight?
Pardon me.
Very rude young man.
Go on, Golly.
Here, come back, you fool.
It's the police!
Get back.
This is the police. Sorry to tell you, gentlemen, that we have the place surrounded. It will save us all a lot of trouble if you'll just open up. Come on, gentlemen. You're only wasting your own time as well as ours.
What's the use, Fitz? We haven't got a home. Aren't you forgetting I've got a gun?
No, Fitz, no!
Take your hands off me, you killing
throw it
little...
away.
What good would that do? Might as well be hanged for sheep and thrown
Well,
out.
I'm getting out of here. Me too.
Okay, shut up and get out.
Oh, Gil, how's the night shift?
How's Sally's concert?
Oh, great. I think I'll stay and listen to yours.
All right, boys, smash it in.
Breaking and entering, you better watch your step.
Smash and grab all cleaned up?
Oh, sure, yes, you're due for promotion in 10 or 20 years, something like that.
Attention inside, attention! This is the police. I'm sorry to inform you, gentlemen, but the place is surrounded. I repeat, the place is surrounded.
Who's out back?
Cameron.
Cameron, I think I'll go and take a look. Sing him another song.
Attention inside, attention. I repeat, the place is surrounded. Please come out quietly. Attention inside, attention. In exactly 2 minutes, we're coming in. Please come on out quietly.
Please, gentlemen. There's nothing else you can do. I don't want to sound rude. But we are getting just a bit impatient.
You all right, son? Yeah. How about the regulars, eh?
They wouldn't be such fools as to carry guns.
Rotten amateur. I'll remember you when we meet again in 10 or 12 years' time.
George, found the night manager with 3 bullet holes in him. Chummy hairs for the drop.
Take the stinking little rat out of my sight.
Permit me to drive you home.
Okay, Golly.
Good night. It was a lovely concert. I thought Sally played the violin rather well.
Good night, Kate.
Good night, Uncle.
George, it's you.
Well, who do you think it was?
Oh, I'm so glad you're home.
I came in this way because I saw Uncle Dick and Auntie May on the porch. No, I love them dearly. They're two sweet people, but I've had enough for one day.
Oh, George, you've torn your sleeve.
Oh, yes, I was a bit careless. I fell over.
Dear, and it's your new suit,
Yes,
too.
well,
You
it's
haven't
all right.
even
We
paid
can do
for it
something
yet.
about it.
You haven't been drinking.
Drinking? I haven't even eaten all day. Drinking?
Oh, darling, I'm sorry.
Anyway, come home.
Well, anyway, I've kept something nice and hot for you in the oven.
I'm sorry about the concert. How was Sally?
Oh, George, you'd have been so proud.
Where is she?
Some young man's bringing her home.
Some young? Who?
Well, I don't know his name.
You don't... Look, Kate, the girl's only 18 years old. You ought to be a bit more careful who she goes around with.
Perfectly all right. She introduced me.
Introduced?
You know how I am about names.
That smells good.
And I thought you'd probably be hungry when you came home.
I'm ravenous. I think I'll have a bottle of beer. Get my slippers, will you, dear?
All right, darling. Ah, there's Sally.
Wonderful.
Hello, darling.
Hello, Mum. Did Aunt May like it?
Wonderful. She thought you would.
Where's Dad? Oh, hello, Dad.
Hello, darling.
Dad, I think you've met Simon.
Have I? You think?
We meet again, sir.
We certainly do. I hope I had a good seat at the concert.
Oh, yes, sir, very good. And Sally played the solo like an angel.
Oh, isn't he a pet, Mum? Do sit down, Simon. We're both absolutely starving. Is there anything good to eat?
Well, darling, I
that's
think
supposed to
there's
be
not
from-
very much. I
Won't go round.
Torn a hole in your sleeve, Dad.
Yes, I know. I've been drinking.
George.
According to your mother, I'm an alcoholic in the last stages of deep tea. How long will it take to cook that?
That's a haddock, George. I asked for salmon.
Well, I didn't know how many you wanted.
Simon,
for.
do you like fish?
As a matter of fact,
Oh, no.
I get it.
Am I to understand?
Hello? Yes? Yes, he's just sat down to supper. He can't...
Help yourself.
Come on,
Who?
Dad. It's quite enough.
No, I'm not.
All right, I'll tell him. Hold on.
All day.
Scotland Yard, dear. They've got some man at London Airport. I think he said Paul the Painter.
Why couldn't the silly twerp get himself caught tomorrow?
Well, he's booked on the Paris plane, and they want you to identify him.
Say I'm coming.
All right, dear.
Can't even get a glass of beer.
Good night, sir.
He's coming.
Bye, dear.
Goodbye, darling. Poor darling. Never gets any time to sit down. Well, children, everything all right?
Oh, wait. I haven't got a car.
I have, sir.
You would have. Come on.
Sally, dear, promise me one thing. Never marry a policeman.
Yes, Mother.
Didn't you see the lights against you, sir?
Yes, but there was nothing coming.
Makes no difference, sir.
Well, this is Chief Inspector Gideon of the Flying Squad. He has an urgent call to London Airport.
You have committed an offense. The constable is only doing his duty.
Yes, but, sir...
The law allows no distinction between high-ranking police officers and other members of the public.
May I see your license, please, sir?
I haven't got it.